in the first place, I'd like you to introduce yourself to our audience, but the way you would like to be introduced. What should I say to introduce Olga to these people?
I am Olga from the Toy Dolls. I have been trying to be a singer for 40 years, but I'm really a guitar player.
Great introduction. Well, talking about your playing guitar, you describe yourself as a rhythm guitar. Why?
I am a rhythm guitar player. Yeah. I'm not really into. I don't really like long solos with 1,000 notes lasting like 3 or 4 minutes. I just like short solos which complement the song and the melody of the song. And the most important thing in the song is a rhythm guitar, really. I mean, anyone can learn to play solos. You just sit down at home and practice enough. But not everyone is naturally a rhythm guitar player. It's in your soul kind of thing. I think I've always called myself a rhythm guitar player.
Great. Well, when you started up with the band, what was the punk fans' reaction? Because those times punks used to be a serious thing with serious lyrics, politics, commitment, and things like that. And you started up with this funny stuff. What was the first reaction?
Well, in England, it's never really changed. I mean, they've always been a bit cynical, and they think it's a kind of a joke thing. And we're very serious people. All of us have got political beliefs. But what we sing about is the lighter side of life. It's not comedy. It is, it's just looking at the brighter side. Even out of serious situations, we write like a happier side. There's always a happier side. It's nice to have escapism, just for an hour and a half on the stage. I think it's healthy. It's healthy for being serious. But in the beginning, it's difficult because lots of punks in England and the north of England thought we were like a joke kind of band, even though we're not at all. And nothing is comedy. We try to be witty without being comedy. There's like a borderline. You can't cross that. It's difficult, and it still is in England with lots of people because of the Nelly the Elephant thing was a big hit here, and lots of people laugh and they think it's just a joke band because he's singing about an elephant. But we played that many years ago before it was a hit. But there you go.
Maybe the reception in places like Latin America, maybe it was easier because I think we see the things in a different way.
But it's not only there, it's anywhere apart from England. It's not only Latin America. We've just come back from France and Slovenia and Italy and Germany and Sweden. And it's been fantastic for us, which we don't get a lot of in England. We can play some gigs and they'll be full, but they'll not be huge places. But I think, it's anywhere apart from England. It's just that's really, really cynical, especially the music press.
Great. Well, current times are, I guess, must be so different since you started up with the band. What are the greatest changes you've seen?
Well, I don't know whether great in good. But the biggest changes obviously is going to be the internet and the online things in YouTube from when we first started. But actually, it can be beneficial if that didn't exist because we kept going backwards and forwards to Europe and America and building up a following, and it took 40 years to build up the loyalty, which you don't automatically get with YouTube. You're just there, suddenly in people's faces. But it's nice. This is the way it is. I think you just have to embrace it. You can't fight it. It's good for lots of new bands, but I don't know. I just think there's something special about just touring and building up a loyal following by physically going there rather than just being on the internet. But that is the biggest change. Definitely the internet by far. And videos and DVDs. We had to learn ourselves. Just teach yourself. Now you can just just put the YouTube on and learn how to play a solo instantly. That didn't exist when we, And it was good and it was bad at the same time.
Yeah, because definitely it has a bright side, but on the other side, we have this almost nothing selling albums, for example.
Yeah, that's a different thing. Yeah, we used to, I mean, years ago, we were selling like tens and tens of thousands of albums, and it's gone down to more like 10 now. It's like almost nothing. But the thing is, you can't replace a live band, so that will always exist.
Yeah.
You know, and the records, I mean, I don't want to tell the record company this, but the records are secondary, really. We don't tour to promote albums anymore, which we used to in the beginning. What we do is we just put the album out to promote the tour. So it's the other way around now. But and obviously it's nice to have a good album, you know, but it's secondary. It's live gigs are where it's, for us anyway.
Well, you were, I should say, you still are in a side project, Monkey Mind. What about it?
Yeah, actually, I'm going to rehearsals tomorrow morning. I'm 2 days of rehearsals. We haven't done any live gigs yet, but we want to get going next year. It's really, I'm not the main man there. You know, the other guy, Lee, the singer, he's the main man. He's the main guy there. And I'm playing bass guitar, which I love playing. You know, I'd rather play bass than guitar, to be honest. And it's just good fun, and it's diversion, and it's healthy. Because it's not just toy dolls every day. It's like a different thing, and it's inspirational. You know, you feel inspired when you come back because you're doing a different thing and seeing different people as well. I think it's healthy. I enjoy doing it, and the songs are quite good actually.
And Olga, you said you're not the leader of the band.
No, I'm not. Lee, the guitar player, he's the leader.
And how is it for you? How do you feel?
I feel so much better because the pressure's off. There's no pressure. You know, with the Toy Dolls thing, I'm sitting in the dressing room, a nervous wreck, and like an hour before we play. With the Monkey Man thing, it's just all the pressure's on the singer, and it's not me. So it's much easier, and it's much more enjoyable, to be honest, because I toured with the Dickies from America, and that was easier as well because I was the bass guitar player. It's a different feeling altogether because the pressure's off, and you can play better, to be honest, when the pressure's off.
So I can see you're not the typical rock star.
Rock star? I don't think so. My girlfriend calls me anyway.
Well, I've heard this Toy Dolls Jazz It Up kind of tribute.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think about it?
Yeah. I mean, it depends. If you like jazz, I think it's very, very good. It's very clever, the way he's worked everything out. Because Christoph, the guy who's done it, is very, very clever. He's a jazz musician and like an orchestral musician. But very, very clever. I think it's really good, actually. I think you've got to be in the mood to listen to jazz, though.
Yeah.
You know, it's not. You can't expect it to be. Like, it's not punk music at all. You know, but I like the approach that he's taken. I really enjoy listening to it, but not all the time.
Yeah. It's a really good work, and
yeah, it's very clever.
Yeah. Even for people who doesn't like or listen all day to jazz music.
I couldn't do that. Well, you know, I couldn't listen to any kind of music all day long. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter how much you like it, you know. I mean, I love the Dead Kennedys, but I couldn't listen to them all the time. You know, it's nice to have different, it just easy. I like to listen to sometimes nothing, but I prefer orchestral music. And I like jazz like Chet Baker and Ella Fitzgerald. I think they're kind of easier to listen to. Easier than listening to than Sham 69.
Well, Olga, you're getting closer to 50 years with Toy Dolls. Do you see yourself? Can you see yourself without Toy Dolls or without playing live, for example?
Yes. I'll be honest with you, right? As soon as we get really sick and tired of it and we can't perform properly, then we will finish. But maybe that's next week, maybe it's next year, maybe it's 10 years, I don't know. But I don't want to perform unless we can give 100%. You know, we have to do all the choreography and the jumps and the movements and the guitar playing. You've got to do everything. If we can't do it 100%, then we will finish there. It's sad, but everything's got a lifespan. That's why I'm moving on to some different things, you know, like the monkey mind thing, and it's a new thing for me. So it's nice to have something new. But everything's got a lifespan. It will end at some point, but not yet.
Do you have in mind, or do you have planned some kind of new material for Toy Dolls?
Yeah, I'm about halfway through the next album. I've got a little studio in the central London, which I'm going 5 days a week. And it's about 60% ready to record, so we'll be recording it next year. So it'll probably be released in 2005. And some of it's good, and some of it's not so good, so I'm going to work on trying to get really good, all of them, this time. But yeah, we're getting there.
How do you work in composing? Do you use a lot of demo?
No, I do everything at home, to be honest. In my home studio, I just sit there with an acoustic guitar. It's easier to write on an acoustic guitar because the most important thing is melodies. And, you know, if you sit with a drum machine and the guitar sounding distorted, you can fool yourself. You think, oh, this sounds great, because the drums and the guitar sound good. If it's with acoustic guitar, if you can get it good then, it usually is even better once you actually do the demos and do the real thing. Let's start off with the acoustic guitar and just start off with a blank piece of paper and just the recording system on, no click track or anything. I just let it run and I just try different things.
Oh, okay. Olga, when you look back to your history, what do you see?
Well, I never ever thought it would last this long, you know, because I thought it would last 4 years. You know, I didn't think it was going to be 44 years. It's gone by so quick. I just cannot believe it. But I've enjoyed every minute of it, to be honest. I'd rather do this than anything. I've chosen to do this, and we don't make a lot of money, but, you know, we'll make all right money. It's all right. But that's not what it's about. We're living life to the full because, you know, we're playing to audiences, and then now we're playing to the sons and daughters and grandsons and granddaughters of the original audience now. It's very flattering. That's how we feel, really, that people have hung around this long, especially in South America and Spain and in Germany, you know, not so much England, but a little bit. It feels flattering, to be honest.
And you mentioned, just passing by, the keyword, I guess, time. Do you think in that?
Yeah, all the time. Recently, yeah, I think, you know, when you get to like 40 or 50 years old, you start to get preoccupied with it because you've got less time to live than what you've already lived. And then I did think about it for a long time, and now and again I do think about it, but I'm not preoccupied like I was, because, you know, it's inevitable, you know, it's going to happen, that's it, so you just have to get on with it. So that's why we don't do anything that we don't want to do anymore. Sometimes we don't travel like 5,000 kilometers to get to our next gig just to get some money. I'd rather just not do the gig. You know, now I think that you think differently the older you get. We just do the things that we want to do now.
Great. Well, now the time you must say to Argentinian people, why should they go to see the Toy Dolls on their next show here in Argentina?
Because it's probably going to be the last time, and well, I'm not sure about that, but probably, and it'll just be so nice to see you all again, and because you have to have some escapism in your life.
What are you going to see? Can you say something about the show content?
Yeah. Well, I can do, but I'm not going to do because it's all a surprise. You know, I've got a few surprises compared to last time, but you know, we can't tell you what the surprises are because there wouldn't be a surprise.
Of course.
And so you just have to wait and see.
Okay. Thank you very much, Olga, for your time, and thank you very much, man. It's a pleasure. Goodbye.
You too. Bye bye.